Hello folks, welcome to my next video. Right now we're looking at a 1960 Keeney's High Straight pinball machine. These games are not what I would consider to be rare, but you do have a heck of a time finding certain parts for them, including coils. And this was a game that we bought a couple years ago, and finally got around to starting to tinker with it, and I had to replace one bad coil inside the head. It was totally fried. The game kept on blowing fuses when we got it, and I put it away for a while and finally got around to playing around with it. It took me a good 6 to 8 months to find somebody that had the exact coil that I needed. And it turned out to be somebody local that has all kinds of old parts. So it kind of worked out good that way. The coil was so badly burned that even the plunger that slides up and down inside, it was totally warped from the heat. So whoever played the game last, whenever that was, they didn't know enough to turn the game off or just unplug it. They kept on playing it, and the thing was buzzing away and probably smoking, and finally it just popped the fuse. So we got that all taken care of, and if we take a walk around back here, we can see where the burn coil was. It was right inside there. That's the coil that was burned. And the paper wrap that's on it is not the right color, but when you put it on an ohmmeter, the measurements are within the range that the original coil was, and it fits inside the frame and everything. So that was the main concern, and put it back in and everything works as it should. So this particular game here, it has two different style cabinets. This one was a little bit later style. Most of the high straight machines had what I would consider a streamline. It's the same basic base color, but only it didn't have the hearts, the spades, the clubs, and the diamonds on it. It had just 3 or 4 painted red lines running the length of the game. And as you can see, this cabinet is in really nice shape. The only thing is, on the front door, it looked like somebody tried breaking into it at one point. And but that really, to me, that's of no real concern right now. My main concern was to get the game up and going. Cosmetics are something that can be dealt with at a later time. You notice that there are no lights lit up on the playfield. It's because they've been all removed, and all the plastics and posts have been removed, so that we can clean the playfield the right way. You can see, like, up towards the top, you know, excuse the glare from the glass, but you can see on the top part of the game here where it's relatively clean. I have to go over it again, but there was so much grime on here. And if I go down to where the slingshots are, you can see that's what it was pretty much all over the whole playfield. So to do a really good job, you've got to take everything apart, and this is a relatively simple game that it was relatively, I think it was easier just for me to remove everything and just put a little bit of extra effort into it instead of going around it taking a shortcut. So this is basically a beforehand video of it. What we did in the head, we went through and took out all the bulbs that were in there, and we just replaced them with number 47s. There were mostly number 44s in there, and 44s, they run a little bit hotter, and they have a tendency to burn the paint on the glass. This glass is in relatively decent shape. It's still quite usable. And the 44s, as I said, they draw a little bit more current, so they're going to heat up a little bit more. And the 47s run a little bit cooler. And the fact that we cleaned all the sockets makes the whole thing run a little bit more efficiently. Plus, where the reels are in the middle of the glass, you notice that those are a brighter white. Those are actually LEDs that we purchased from pinballlife.com, and we had to reconfigure the sockets in the back so that the light would be projected into the reel so that it stands out. So your attention is drawn to those reels if you look at the glass, because it's nice and bright. So when we go through the rest of the game, we might strategically put LEDs in different locations to make it stand out a little bit more. This is the only game that we have by this manufacturer. Keeney was also into pool tables, slot machines. They made speakers for jukeboxes and vending machines, stuff of that nature. They're into just about everything in the amusement industry, but for some reason a lot of their stuff is hard to come by. I'm still trying to find a schematic for this game, but haven't been able to come across one. So this is the before video of this game, and hopefully by the next couple weeks or so, we're gonna see if we can get the rest of it up and running. Everything works on it. The switches are all clean. We just have to clean the play field and clean the lamp sockets and put everything back together, and hopefully we'll have a nice decent machine that we can play. So thanks for watching, and if you look in the background there, you see there's a Gottlieb World Beauties. We'll be doing a video on that in the next day or so. So thank you for watching, and have a good day.